Dear users, the current topic is Xcode. So before going further, I'd like to just give a small introduction about Xcode. So Xcode is an integrated development environment. We famously be known as IDE, we call it as generally, and contains a suite of software development tools developed by Apple for developing softwares for Mac OS X, iOS, watchOS, and tvOS. Okay, and it's first released in 2003, and the latest stabilized release is 7.3.1. And in my demo I was showing you like what is the how many versions of the Xcode previously when it's released in clear diagram oriented format, and the latest version is 7.3.1, and it is available via Mac App Store with a free of cost for Mac OS X EL Capital users. And registered developers, what does it mean by registered developers here? Registered developers means there is an account from Apple, like developer account, enterprise account, and internship account. So most generally, majority of the people buy this developer account, which comes with the cost of $900. So those are called as registered developers. They can download the preview releases and prior version of suite through Apple developer website. Okay. So the current, as I said, the latest version is a 7.3.1. It's a stabilized version, but there is a already released Xcode 8.0 beta version. So when? So that's released on June 2013 to 19. That's a WWDC country in US. So there they announced that Xcode beta was released, and now the current version of the beta also it's beta 2 now. On July 5th, 2016, they have released beta 2 as well. So now the current, it's all even the testing versions as well. So all are testing versions, not the standard version, but the standard version is 7.3.1. All right. So let's see what are the parts inside and how to create a project, how to execute it, and all. Let's create a small example. Let us see. These are the uh, what I mean to say is templates. You can call them as. We call all these as templates. And so we can develop applications for iOS. We can develop applications for Mac OS. We can develop applications for tvOS and OS X and even others. Right. So for our course, the scope is developing applications for iOS, means iPad, iPhone, and even iPod. All right. So now here there are so many templates which are already predefined. So based on our own requirements, we'll go with specific templates and just choose it and start developing our application. So majority of the application starts with single view applications because we can integrate all the features in this single view application. We can integrate master detail, we can integrate page based, and we can integrate tab based, and even you can integrate gaming application. I'm sorry, gaming applications also in this single view applications. So let's see. And even one more thing, if you want to create your own frameworks or libraries, so that also possible from here. All right, so it's a dynamic library, it's a static library. So we'll see. So in our regular sessions we'll see how you create the static libraries and dynamic libraries in detail, but now let's go with this Xcode, what exactly its capacity and what we can do with this and how it helps us for developing iOS applications. So let's go ahead with a single application. Here we'll go with like just give some name like sample Xcode project, and organized name is something like anything, and you can give your own identifier like com dot something like your own name like ppam dot something else, whatever you want, or then just leave it. You can leave like this. So if you do like this, your bundle ID becomes com dot ppm dot sample Xcode project dot something. So what does it mean? It is a unique identifier of your application. So this is really helps you out, and this really plays a vital role when you publish this application or your application into the app store. Okay, so this bundle ID is linked with your team ID. That's called app ID, application ID. That you will see. I'll explain you in detail when I'm going to explain this App Store ecosystem and all right, done. So, and here, for example, you're going to develop applications with the help of Objective C or Swift. You can do it anything. So let's choose Objective C. And if you want to develop an application for iPhone, you can choose iPhone. If you want to develop applications for iPad, you can choose iPad. Or if you want to, if you don't know what's your target device is, then you go ahead with Universal. Simple. And even if you want to develop applications based on the database kind of thing, like you want to store something else, so then you can choose code data as a check mark here, so that your application is already predefined. It creates some code for you prior your application is just launched, so that that code will help you for maintaining your data into your database. And just a point, this code data is not exactly a database, it's just a wrapper on top of exact database. The exact database is always an SQLite for iOS especially. And even for unit test cases and unit tests, if you want, you can check it out. You can just check out. For now, I don't want anything, just want to see what exactly the sample Xcode project it is and how it creates it inside it. So it's asking where you want to store, just like that. That's it. So here we created so many things here. So what exactly in all those things here? Hmm? Here we have so many parts where we don't understand right now. Let's see each and everything in detail. So here, this area we call this as project navigator, project navigation area. And here we have so many things. And I'm not going to explain each and everything now, but which are really useful in the regular applications, in the regular scenarios, I'm going to explain now in the if you want a more detailed explanation of this Xcode, you can follow up me in my web mail or wherever. I'm going to say to my mail ID. I'll be giving the clear explanation. So here you can see like this is what exact project navigation area where you can find all the projects here, project information. I mean to say, and here it's like a search bar, like where you want to search in a small keyword in your project. Let us say view. Just click it. So just searching it. So in overall application, the view keyword found in these many files. Look at this. In the main storyboard, there's a file called view, and view controllers having these many instances, and view control.yum file having these many instances. So you can find your own labels or anything. If you want to find all our application, you can come here and search it here. And what is this? So this is nothing but your warnings or something like. So if if your application is running with some warnings, it will show here, and something like some kind of test cases. And even for this, there's something like your breakpoints. If you want to test your application at some particular point, I can see you have some watches, some breakpoint watches. The same thing, if you want to do it here, you can keep some breakpoints like just like that. It's very damn easy to set the breakpoints and test your applications very easily. Look at this, how friendly it is. In viewcontrol.m file, isn't it? So viewcontrol.m file, and there is a line called the line 13. Yes, there is a breakpoint. Yes, it is. And view did load in the line 17. Yes, there's a breakpoint. So it's clearly giving that all the information where exactly you kept the breakpoint. Likewise, if you have 100 files, you can keep the breakpoints in wherever you want, and all the information will be available here. It's very easy and very user friendly. And even now, at a time, if you don't want this breakpoints, you just disable at a single point, just like this. Or if you don't want this breakpoints and you want few breakpoints, just come here and just do like this. Or just disable here like this. Anything. Either you can remove here or disable here. That's it. And then, so that's the one point here in this area. So that's called Project Navigator. And the second part is the debugging area. So where you can debugging all the things. So here in this area, you can debug with your code like whatever exactly you want, what exactly the variable value is, what exactly the objects is in detail. You can query here to whom you're querying. That's called compiler. So you're talking with the compiler here. So that's called LLVM compiler, but also clang. So if for iOS it's a clang, and for the Objective C it's a clang, and for Swift it's a Swift lang. So that's a compiler for Swift actually, and for Objective C it's a clang. And we have a few more things here, and there is a one more section called this utility section. So there's one more section called utility section. So that's what it is. So where you can find all your objects here. So let's say if you click some views here, something like, so there you can find all the attributes. All right. So whatever you want to do it in your interface builder. So this is called the main.storyboard. So where you can keep your all UI elements in this area. So it's completely visible for you all, and you can directly drag and drop the object from here to here to just like that label. So just drag and drop. See. So for now, for this label, you can see all the attributes here. You can set the attributes here itself. Let us say, if you want to change the background color, just like that, the text color. And if you want to change the background color, you can have one more here. So that's it. So you can set all those things from this utility section area. So what exactly each and everything. So this is what your identity type of your specific element. And as I click this UI element, it's showing all these things. But if you see the source code, so it won't show all the things. It's not necessary. Just to show the what exactly the file is. But if you go and click on some UI element here, it will show all the 6 tabs. So this is for the what exactly that type is, and this is for the question here, like what exactly that type of the class and description about the class name. And this is what your custom class. If you want to change this behavior of this label, so you can keep your own custom class here. So that's what it is. And the most important thing is attribute inspector. So here you can set all the attributes of your particular element, UI element here. Likewise, and even this is what your size inspector, where we can change your sizes of your particular UI element. Size label x, y, and width and height. And not only that, the one more thing is a connection inspector. So this is what you're made or get the confirmation about the connection between your views and your controller. Okay. So this view controller is connected with this class. So this is your controller and this is your view. All right. And now both are connected by getting confirmation here. So if you have like this, it means it's connected. This view controller having this name, and this name has to be here with the file names. So it means that it's connected properly. All right. So that's what it is. One more thing is object library. In the second part, it's the object library here, where you can search all the UI things here and just drag and drop, and create the instance for that. That's it. And then another section is called this toolbar area. So where you can see all the applications, how to run the application here, and how to stop, and what's the schema, and here nothing but what's the status of your application, where you can check the status whether it's running or stopped or getting ready. And what is this? So this is where you can choose your all the simulators. So though you don't have these devices with you, you can test your application in that particular device. So let's say I'm just testing this application in iPhone 6. Let's see. So, and yeah, and one more thing, and here we have few sections here, like this is called standard section, and this is called assistant section, and this is called version editor. So what is the standard editor? The standard is nothing but the one you are able to see here, the standard editor. This is called the standard editor, and this is called assistance editor. Like, let's say how you to use this. Look at this. So this is what your element here, this is what your element, and I'm going to keep some button here. So my intention is I want to change my labels, text, and background color whenever I click this button. All right. So now if I want to get the control on these two elements, I need to create the property. So property means getting and setters, getters and setters. Whenever you create a property for that, it's a getters and setters. So this whole class comes in view controller, and look at this, it's a view controller.h. So both are the same. So it's already been linked earlier. So now we just drag and drop here like this to create the properties for that particular element. So that's a sample label, and as this is a button, you can create the property for that if you want to change the attributes of that particular element. on this particular button, but I don't want to change this attributes of this, but I want the action for this button. For that, just drag and drop here area and change this to action. Give the something like push me. That's it. It's a method name. That's it. It's a method name. So to do this, once you completely done this, automatically in our control.m, it gets create the code. All right. So what I said, I want to change my labels text and its color. So let's get it. So self dot sample label dot text. So sample label is a property. For that we have an attribute called text is equal to, in this objective C, we can define the string literals in this way: at the rate double quotes objective C Xcode. That's it. And as I said, I want to change the background color of my label text color. You can do a lot of things, but you can just want to change the text color here. So text color means you need to apply the color. So what's the way? UI color, whatever the color you want. Let's say orange. Done. So that's simple to set the label and color for your element. It's done. So, and the main part is this is called your standard editor. So overall, there are five things here. One is navigation, project navigation bar. Here it is a console debugging bar. This is a utility section. This is a toolbar, and it's called standard editor bar, where you edit the code like this. Now, if you want to run this application, just click this. So once it's compiled, it will get like build succeeded. Then you can see the output here. All right, so here we got like this. Why? Because it came. The reason is this is not set to any auto layouts. So let's keep some auto layouts here to set this in the exact in the middle, isn't it? You can find the difference here, right? So here it looks like this, but in real output it came like this. So how to fix that? Fix like some auto layouts constraints. So those are called auto layouts constraints. So auto layouts have a separate topic that will be discussed in the next sessions in our regular code session. But now I'll just finishing out very fastly from my end. So so it needs Y position. Okay, so Y position means this one, plating space, done. And what exactly it needs? Okay, all right, done. Let's see now. That's it. So just click this, it will change your color. It means that it's applied, isn't it? So that's it. And this is what your front view of your Xcode, but let's see what's the background. Here are so many things here. So some general tab and accounts tab and some behaviors of your application Xcode. So these are all like something like fancy items, like how your code looks like and all those things here. Yeah, so how your code looks like and all those things, and something like if you want to enable these names and all, and few important things like, so these are like if you want to download other simulators, you can download from here. And the most important thing from this behavior is, from this screen, is command line tool. So command line tool, what exactly is this? Generally command line tool when you see in the Unix environment, isn't it? So in our iOS also, in our like macOS also, we have a beautiful tool called terminal or terminal. So here, so what exactly is saying? So he's saying like command line is set with Xcode 8.0. So let's check that whether it is Xcode 8.0 set or not. So what exactly is this and when you use this? First of all, whenever your application, you want to run your application from terminal, there are few scenarios where you need to run your application from the terminal, means from the command line. So then this is really helpful. Otherwise, it's really complex to you understand what exactly what which Xcode is running your terminal. That's very important to take a decision. So to set that, this is where you set the Xcode project to your command line. So currently command line of Xcode is set to 8.0. So when you set this, you must check that whether it's really set this Xcode 8 or not. So there is a command to check whether which Xcode version is set. Show SD case. Get this. So with this Xcode, I can develop applications or I can execute files or I can execute projects from these SDKs. Look at this. As my Xcode was set with beta version, Xcode 8.0 beta. So it's allowing me to execute 10.0 SDK, and even similar is also available for me because it's an Xcode 8 beta. But let me change to Xcode 7.3. It's asking my local password, and then let's execute the same command. Let's change the difference of the SDKs here. So this is an Xcode 7.3. When I changed, look at the versions it's allowing me to execute. It's just giving the up to 9.3, but here it is 10.0. The reason behind that is we changed the environment, isn't it? So these are a few things which you need to do, very important to know about the Xcode, and you can follow me with my at my mail ID and all. So there I can give the complete information. If you want any questions related to the Xcode and related to the iOS projects and iOS codes in detail, and even you can find my course details in my iOS course app in my in the App Store. So thank you so much.